So I think that Bruce Willis probably just has a bunch of headshots that whenever he does a new movie, he just sends them out to studios. He's like, all right, do whatever you want. Change the makeup, here you go. That's your PR.
He's like the influencer that went to Taiwan like 3 years ago, but breaks up. And they post all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a schedule going, once a day.
But it's just so blatant, They didn't even try to hide it. And what's with
what's the name of this movie? Just context real quick.
Cosmic Sin.
Cosmic Sin, yes. But I don't understand what's with the teeth. You know what I mean? The
underbite, yeah.
And even the scars. They couldn't even move the scars to another side.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the limitation of the graphic designers at that point.
Even then.
We got deep fake, but you can't move a scar. That's where we draw the line.
Pretty much. Nick, do you think you could do a better job on that?
By the end of this show, I think I can move some scars around.
I got a couple.
What's that Papa Roach song? Oh, no, wait. We can't sing it. We'll get fucking claimed again. Which, by the way, YouTube, claim me one more time and we'll go somewhere else. I promise.
Yeah, Pat, you also just cursed in the first 30 seconds. Way to go. Demonetized.
Our whole audience, they're going to leave.
All right, well, you know what?
This is always for kids.
Whoops. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this late edition of Nerd Shit Live. We're one day late, guys. We missed the whole stream yesterday.
I was busy.
Here. I've been logging up for 24 hours.
Joe, you've been in that seat since 8 p.m. last night.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, guys.
He didn't want to text anyone, though, because he didn't want to be a bother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, why? It's Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, big game Sunday, so why would you?
Already. I changed it in the notes just so you wouldn't think I had to say that.
I think I put the big game. Did I not?
No. I went back and edited it.
I just heard something about a bow that was super. A bow tie? Yeah. That's all I heard.
Super bow.
There's a really cool owl.
Super owl. What is it? What are they saying?
Superb owl.
Superb owl. Yeah. So we moved the show to tonight, and maybe we're better for it. Who knows? We'll find out. But yeah. First up, you guys, Cloverfield 2 is finally happening. Okay. Oh, which one's the clap button? I want to know before I fucking.
It's all labeled there.
I know. There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. All right, cool. I didn't know because I'm always doing this. Like I'm always in the wrong. But yeah, Cloverfield 2 is happening. And this excites me specifically. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I've been wanting a direct actual sequel to this movie since it came out, and not like all these weird pseudo sequels that they've been doing. So you guys have seen the original Cloverfield, right?
Nope.
I've seen parts of the first one. I've only seen 10 Cloverfield Lane all the way through, which is really good.
Yeah, which is really good. Like I said when we were planning the show, that's the first time.
I didn't know John Goodman could be that good.
Dude, did you see his dance in that movie?
I don't remember.
He
I gotta
is
look that up.
Yeah, look it up after the show. I think you'll really like it. But that's the first movie that I spent $85 in the dine-in theater at, bro. We went hard that night. Okay?
Right.
Because I needed the
You got
comfort.
the Goodman special.
Pretty much.
A whole Thanksgiving dinner set for 6 people.
Diabetes. So pretty much just some background on this. The original Cloverfield was like a really big hit, like found footage film. It was kind of the first movie of its time to mix that big like summer blockbuster type of filmmaking with the Blair Witch style, or like
found footage.
Found footage kind of thing.
The style that Blair Witch pioneered. And pretty much ever since then, I don't know if you guys were on Netflix in the early part of the last decade, but it was all found footage horror films because they're so cheap to make and they can be really effective. And actually later on in the show, we'll bring it up, but there's a found footage film that Nick and I actually like quite a lot. You know what I'm talking about.
It took me a second to figure out what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, everyone's been holding out for 13 years who are fans of this movie, and obviously
We've been waiting.
And obviously we had the pseudo sequel, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was really good. He burned that one guy with acid.
You guys haven't seen that movie?
No, I haven't. I've seen the
highly
original
recommend it.
Cloverfield.
Yeah,
but
I
haven't
actually
seen that one.
at this point, if you have no interest in seeing the sequel to this, or rather this, I would check out 10 Cloverfield Lane because it's just a totally different beast. And then they had the critically panned Cloverfield Paradox, which is essentially one of those movies that just J.J. Abrams bought and then just put the Cloverfield title on, and they stuck it on Netflix because there was no way that was getting a theatrical release.
That was the only one that I saw, and I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't art.
Liked it.
It was a Netflix movie. It was just like typical garbage you see on Netflix.
You know
I
what's-
had a good time.
You know what's funny is that he tells that story like the way I know. Like, so back when we used to buy DVDs, Schindler's List came in 2 separate DVDs, and I know 2 friends of mine who started watching that movie, and they thought the movie was like 35 minutes long because they put in the second part first. They're like, oh, okay, this is okay. I don't see why everyone's making a big deal about it, though. It's kind of short for everyone to make such a big deal about it.
There's no character development. We're just jumping into it.
Yeah, exactly. But
See, the pacing was great. They really hit the starting
Right to the
line.
point.
I looked at my watch when the credits started roll. I was like, that was like 45 minutes. It's the fastest 2.5 hours of my life. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Another interesting bit of trivia is that the director, so J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves actually started out working for Steven Spielberg, like converting his films and like keeping his pretty much his film stock, let's say well kept, you know, like cleaning ladies, but for film. And
Wait, really?
yeah,
I never knew they were his like personal film
I think
assistants, basically.
they worked in his warehouse or something like that, and they worked in that department, like organizing film canisters and shit like that.
The warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's the one. That's
Yeah.
the one. As a matter of fact,
okay.
J.J. Abrams is pushing the cart. But so obviously we know who J.J. Abrams is, but the director of this film went on to become Matt Reeves, who did the Planet of the Apes trilogy, which I love. I know that Joe's a big fan too because he likes.
I love Planet of the Apes of the happening of the right now
And Until Dawn.
until of dawn.
Until dawn.
I saw the old ones from the 60s. Does that count?
No, I just like the monkey on
The monkey on the horse,
shooting
yeah.
machine guns. I was like, I remember I saw the trailer. I was like, nope, not gonna get me again. They cut to the
They got him.
They got
wielding 2 machine guns. I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
So that was like,
Jimbo standing on a horse.
Yeah, you like to think that you've seen it all until you see a monkey riding a horse. Wielding 2
Just
Tommy
wait till it
guns.
happens in real life.
I
and
remember
you're
when
like, I'm ready. I'm prepared.
I remember watching those movies going, yo, those are real apes. All right, they're not fooling me. Okay, those are real apes.
Disrespectful to
They-
Andy Serkis. Come on,
They
man.
are real apes that they trained. But now Matt Reeves, as we know, has gone on and he is now writing and directing the new Batman film. So he's come a long way. And obviously, I don't think he's going back to this sequel at all. But I just hope they find like a fresh young director who like wants to not only get his feet wet, but like dive headfirst into this. You know what I mean?
I hope they get somebody that does the same thing that J.J. Abrams did to Star Wars and just fucking ruins it. That's what you get, J.J.
Okay.
Is it going to be another found footage? Do we know that yet? Is there any creative on it at all?
I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be found footage. However, they have discussed this in the past, and they said that there was like soldiers there that night with head cameras, and other people had, you know, this was also before cell phones, you know, or maybe cell phones were around, but you know, you guys remember sending pictures
Early.
and videos to each other back then. It sucked. So honestly, who knows? But whatever it is, I'm in. I want to know what happens to the monster. Okay.
I want to see the monster. In the first one, you see the monster for like a smidgen of a second, like half a second. You see that giant thing. I want to actually see it this time.
That's all good monster movies, you know? Like,
Yeah,
you
they
don't
don't
barely see it.
Yeah, but like
even
at the
Ed and
end, you
Eddie
at
knew
least see
this.
like there's like a big reveal
Shut
of
the
it.
fuck
You're like, whoa, there it is. This one, it's like you see like its eye, and that's
Bruh.
about it.
I don't know. I've never seen
But
it.
even I mean that's a bit of a gross exaggeration. But even Ed and Eddie knew in their monster episode that they couldn't show the whole monster until the end when he's throwing up.
Which that's pinnacle monster.
True, when
Yeah.
he's throwing up chunky puffs on people and sticking them to the wall.
True.
So moving on, Cloverfield 2. I'm excited when it comes out, and if we're still doing this, we're doing an episode on it. Lil Yachty developing an action heist movie based on the Uno card game. Don't really understand what the thought process is there, so someone want to fill me in?
It's the logical next step after
Oh, yeah.
2020, after the year that we just had. This is what we need.
Is this gonna
Yeah.
be like
I mean-
Pixel or like the Emoji Movie?
I just imagine like what his pitch was to the creators of Uno, where he's just like, all right, I want to do an action heist movie with it, and they're like, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but fuck it, yeah, here are the rights to it, go for it, man.
I can imagine the most amazing pitch and be like, all right, and what's the catalyst here? What's what's really the motive for these characters? Uno.
At some point, someone's
One
gonna
what?
die, and they're gonna play a reverse card, and then the other
Oh.
person's actually
Oh,
gonna
I
die.
didn't
Oh
think
yeah, there's
about
gonna be a
that.
wild card.
I can just kind of picturing him typing up the email like, "Yo, Hasbro, I got this idea."
But
Yeah.
Hasbro said they were like, we've made, we want to make movies out of all of our games. This is part of like a long line of movies. And like they named Barbie was one of them. It's like, okay, you made a Barbie movie about Barbie. You didn't turn Uno into a heist movie.
Yeah,
This is
but
very different.
you want to know
This
who
is the
you
next
can,
MCU.
You want to know who you
Yeah.
can blame for that though? You can blame that on Michael Bay, because as much as we shit on the Transformers movies, those movies made billions of dollars and
That's true.
sold even more merchandise for
Who
Hasbro.
did the Battleship movie?
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
feel like
Oh,
that's-
with
God,
Rihanna.
yeah.
I feel like
Rihanna.
that's the same type of thing. They're like,
Is
we'll
that
take a
not
board
like
game
Bay?
and turn it into it.
Yo,
Yeah.
did you guys did you guys see that movie?
No.
Okay.
No, I never saw it.
I went to go see it with my friends when it came out, right? Dude, the pegs in Battleship,
Yeah.
like that you
Yeah.
put in the board, that is the alien gunfire in that movie. So when the battleships get
Oh.
hit, the pegs insert into the ship and explode. And I swear to God, I can't remember if they said they sunk our battleship. I really hope they did at one point.
Oh, they must.
They
Uh,
have to.
But
That's
even
metal.
then, there was the way they ended up taking down the aliens was with snipers. They shot snipers through the windshields. Like, is this
Just
a
like the
battleship
game.
movie?
Just
What's
like the
going on?
board game.
Yeah, just like the board game. I remember. I was like, all right, sniper to D2, and you're
And
going.
that was not Michael Bay. That was Peter Berg.
Yeah.
That's right, but he
okay.
made it exactly like a Michael Bay movie. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
like that's what they
But-
told him. They were like, "You see Transformers? Do that shit."
I remember thinking this has to be some kind of like Jumanji setup where like it's just kids playing a game and somehow, it infiltrates their real life. Or I'm thinking there's going to be 10 characters that all correspond with a number.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
And again,
okay.
you
Kind
have
of
the
like
wild
Reservoir
card.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
exactly. That's
Okay.
what they
Actually,
were.
it is going to be Reservoir Dogs. That was
Yeah.
a whole heist. Yeah.
Has
Yep,
Lil
with colors too.
You
Red
guys
one.
think Lil Yachty has seen Reservoir Dogs?
Wait, how old is Lil Yachty? Is that
He's like 20. He's around our age, 26, 27, 28.
Lil Yachty's 23 years old? There's no way.
No,
he's seen Reservoir-
wow.
He has not seen Reservoir Dogs.
Hey, but you want to know what?
I mean,
He's making an Uno movie, and we're sitting here talking about it. So good on him.
But at least we've seen Reservoir Dogs.
That's true. That's
so he
true.
just threw us the wild card.
Oh,
Or sorry, the draw 4.
Ah, no! It's the worst. How am I supposed to shout Uno now? All right. Okay. Either way, Valve
You're right.
is getting sued for abusing Steam to keep PC game prices high. Now listen, I don't know about you guys because well, I guess Nick, you too now that we game so much together. Have you guys seen that on Steam the game prices are always super high. Like even months after a game has come out, they don't drop the price at all. Like I was talking about this last week. For Resident Evil 7, I was going to buy a copy of that and send it to Nick just for like, hey, play this. So when we do Resident Evil, I have somebody to bounce off of, right?
Yeah.
And as it turns out, it's still $30 on there.
I'm not even worth $30 to you.
Well, I would just go find it somewhere cheaper on the internet.
Business expense. Come on.
So listen, everyone.
Yeah.
Steam is the reason why G2A exists. Okay, when Steam drops its prices, G2A will no longer exist. Either way, though, in their contract that they were making with developers who are also putting their games on other platforms, they were requiring that they set the prices not only on their platform, but for the platforms that the game was also being sold on. This way, it's basically just creating a monopoly, saying that, most people, like everybody has an adverse reaction to anything but Steam. Like I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where all the hatred. Personally, I get the hate for Origin because it's EA and it's the worst. But as far as like Game Pass is concerned, I don't really, it's through Xbox. That app's not that bad. And as soon as anyone mentions the Epic Game Store, like it's as if I don't want to say anything too offensive, but it's pretty much as if you've, committed a sin. So I don't understand. I don't understand that hatred of the side on that side of it. However, I do understand having all your games in one place. So this is them trying to incentivize that movement more. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, it's $30 over here or it's $30 over here. Might as well just get it for Steam because that's where most of my games are anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who is actually, this is a class action lawsuit, right?
I believe it's a legal firm.
Oh, it's a legal firm. Okay. Because actually, Valve was actually just fined a couple days ago $4 million for with their Steam controller. They had patent infringement against what's that company, Scuf?
Yeah,
that makes those like custom controllers. So basically, Valve is just getting fucked from all sides right now.
I mean, as they should.
But they've been doing the fucking for too long.
That's true, and it's an Ohio.
They're running out of steam.
Ohio running out of steam.
Damn.
That's good.
That's it.
Ohio-based
That's the
law
show.
firm.
Give that man a round of applause.
So it's Vors Sater is it Ohio-based law firm that
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
yeah okay Steam distribution agreement
You have
forces
dealings with them, Joe?
developers to agree with the price of PC game on Steam platform with the same price of game developers sell their PC games on other platforms. So yeah, they're creating a monopoly. They're trying to manipulate the market. Kind of like some other apps did over the past couple weeks, but we already talked about that.
Oh, they're the controllers.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the Scuff one, just for
Okay.
Nice.
And so it was the little back bumpers there that the Steam controller stole as part of the patent infringement.
Which is
supposed to
kind
be
of
new buttons. What?
Yeah, man.
It's supposed to
Are
be
they
like
like
more
something else?
buttons. I mean, which is kind of insane to me because like even the Pro, there's a thing you can buy for like a DualShock 4 or even the DualSense now that gives you those triggers. You just plug it into the bottom of the controller and you get 4 extra triggers. And the Xbox One's Pro controller, which is Elite controller, it's like $150, comes with those extra triggers. So I'm not sure what the exact infringement would be on Steam. You know what I mean? Or on Valve,
It's just it's just a patent. I think, Danny, it's actually the button on the side, not the paddles in the back.
Oh,
So I
maybe.
think the patent is for these side buttons next to where where the bumpers are.
I say we bring back the N64 controller with that weird thing just sticking
Dude.
down the middle, and we get the Game Shark pack in the back and everything.
Did you guys know that the Wii nunchuck controller is just that middle N64?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that until I started playing N64, like within the last 2 years. And it turns out I hate that controller. That's the worst controller I've ever used in my life.
They
at
were-
the time,
they
it was
were
probably-
It was at the time. It was the best.
No, I don't
yeah,
think
now
it
it's
was
nothing
ever
like it.
considered the best or revolutionary ever.
Think
At
about what
the
you
time,
had.
it was
Think
the
about
best.
what you had
Yeah.
before that. You had a joystick, and that was it. And you were happy
also-
to have it.
And even
I had
Super
Super
Nintendo,
Nintendo.
there was no joystick. It was just the diagonal or the directional.
Wait, hold up,
ones. There
Pat.
was
You
no
didn't grow up with
joystick.
the N64?
I had an N64. Yeah.
Really?
You're just a
Yeah.
You're acting like
piece of
you're
shit.
acting like you never played with one.
No, no, I've had.
Mhm.
First of all, at the time, I didn't know the difference, but like now, after doing a lot of research and going back and playing it, I don't think that controller was ever regarded as great.
I think some people
And
did the same
Danny,
value.
Danny, to your point about the Super Nintendo only having a D-pad, they were 2D platformers. What more did you need?
And look who brought in 3D gaming.
The same company.
The controller. The controller.
The exact same people who made
The
the other
controller.
Guys, it's gonna be phased out next year when VR takes over. So
Honestly, I got to get one of those headsets. But I mean, I stare at screens too long as it is. So
yeah, read a book.
I should read a book, but I can't read. You guys know that.
You can read it in VR. It's fine.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Virtual book reading, I can't believe.
You just read the pages like this.
They come to life. All right. So it's time for our favorite segment, you guys. At least our newest favorite segment that we try to use the graphic for as much as possible.
It's Leto Watch.
Okay, I don't know why that played twice. But so this week we got some news on Justice League because I feel like it's just going to start pouring out now that we have an official release date. So Justice League has been rated R for violence and language, and they released some pictures of Jared Leto as the Joker, and he looks, I mean, you can't really see what he looks like. However, it just looks like he has longer hair. So what's up with
He
that?
looks the same to me.
No, I mean, like it looks like he has the Joaquin Phoenix Joker hair
Oh,
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of, but
It's kind of, yeah, like it's really hard to tell, but that's kind of what it looks like.
Let me
yeah,
look
no,
at
I
this.
definitely get that vibe. Also, in addition to this, we're getting a new trailer next Sunday. So,
Oh, baby.
reaction,
Okay.
a copyright claimed reaction.
I was about to say,
is
can't wait for
coming
the copyright to come in.
for you. Ooh,
And what's
excuse
going
me.
on with we talked about this a couple weeks ago. But what's going on with Cyborg, or the actor that plays Cyborg?
He's gone. He's there. He's like, we don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, this is his last one for sure.
Okay, so it's still him in it.
Yeah, they didn't replace him
Okay,
with
cool.
anyone. You know, they tried to put in Will Smith at the last second, but it didn't work.
Not again.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Not again. Not after what he did
Yeah, I
to
don't know.
Suicide Squad.
I still haven't finished that movie, but I'm
Wait,
never going to.
Really, the new one looks really good. You know, because it's James.
They're
Gunn.
gonna get it this time.
Yeah. Well, it's James Gunn. It's James Gunn. You know. You know. Yeah. So
What
Oh,
happened
thank
with
you,
What happened with Birds of Prey?
it came out.
It came out.
It
I thought
happens.
so. I thought I saw it, and
It
then I was just
happens.
like, nobody really talked about this at all.
Oh, actually, if we want to talk about that real quick, because Joe, that's an interesting topic. Birds
'Cause
of,
is it on like Netflix or something?
I don't.
I remember
it-
just seeing the title.
it's
for it
probably
a
on
streaming
HBO. It's
platform.
probably on HBO Max now.
That's probably it. Yeah.
And you know, to be completely honest, I saw that movie, and it did not live up to the expectations I thought it was gonna be. And I get the style and choices behind it, but like the fucking title of the movie is Birds of Prey and Birds of, was it Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Exoneration, some bullshit. I don't know. I can't even remember it.
You're hurting my brain.
Yeah, exactly. Either way though, it got when the movie came out, it did so shitty at the box office the first weekend for a superhero movie. They fucking changed the name of the movie to just Harley Quinn Birds of Prey after it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to try and
They're
get,
like, come on, you loved this with Halloween 2 years ago.
come on, remember those fun nights, everyone with Harley Quinn? But
Yeah, that's very interesting.
and
though.
here's the thing.
And you also mentioned not living up to expectation. Whose expectations? Come on.
I think what's his name?
You give me a name.
I think my
Pat
expectations.
Navarano.
I think Ewan McGregor was really good as Black Mask. What is going on? What the fuck was that?
Oh man, what did that hit on the scale? What was that?
Sorry, I'll be
5'8".
right back.
Something's going
I
on.
think Nick is in the middle of an avalanche.
Dude,
Yeah.
is there
There's
just
definitely
a
a mudslide.
bulldozer coming through his living room?
He's keeping it really calm and collected for whatever that was.
Oh
You
my
can't see it,
god!
but his
you know?
house just shifted off of its foundation.
Huh, that window in the background doesn't look square anymore. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, something's going on here.
Yeah,
That
but
was Bizarro Nick.
but
Oh,
somebody heard us
I
talking.
just looked it up.
Go ahead.
The movie was called Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That is a mouthful.
Son, you good? What happened?
There was an avalanche.
Son,
I'm buried under 6 feet of snow right now.
we were theorizing that a bulldozer drove through your living room.
Well, I mean, it got trapped up in the avalanche
Yes.
and landed on the house, but I mean,
Wow.
he wasn't aiming for the house.
Damn.
Is he all right?
I don't know.
He's under
I
six.
got a podcast to do.
Yeah, he's
I got a
you
show to
covered.
do.
It's fine.
He's under 6 feet of snow.
I'll be fine.
He'll be okay. So anyway, before that derailed us. Danny, what was the name of the movie? Tell Nick again.
So the name of the movie was Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
I think it's
Doesn't
a fun
that-
title.
Doesn't that just roll off the tongue?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, what was it? You know, how I wound up loving the bomb? Like, it's not the first time it's been done.
That's true.
true.
If Stanley Kubrick can do it,
Yeah.
then so can Kathy Yan.
That being said, though, I thought Ewan McGregor was good in that movie, and I think Margot Robbie was good in that movie. Everybody else was just there, and the Birds of Prey aren't even in the movie until the last scene, and not like they get together and they form the Birds of Prey and they take on the bad guy. I mean, like literally the last scene of the movie. They're like, "We're
You mean
Birds of Prey."
like the Knights of Ren?
Yeah, pretty much.
How we were teased the Knights of Ren, and then they showed up for 5 seconds in
Well,
the third movie.
You want to know
And
what?
got decimated.
You know what, Nick? This is twice you've brought up Star Wars during this show.
I'm still mad about it.
Is there something you want to say about Star Wars?
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
I'm not
Hey.
mad. I'm disappointed.
This is gonna come out sounding really stupid, like most things. But so Kathleen Kennedy, no relation to the Kennedy family.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's a question because I'm just curious because it seems like the Kennedy curse has affected the whole Star
Wow.
Wars franchise. I just had this thought yesterday. So
No, but her contract's up this year, and it's looking like there's an internal power struggle between her, Favreau, and Filoni.
really,
Oh yeah, I think
No
they
one's
should.
taking
Good.
down that, bro.
yeah, no, he can't be stopped.
I'm
He
team
can't- he's a
Favreau
bulldozer.
Filoni.
Yeah, I'm Team Favreau, Filoni. I'm with it. Let's do it. Let's make good Star Wars stuff forever and ever. But anyway, we're getting far and away from the point. So, Justice League got an R rating. Are we happy? Is this good? We're good for 4 hours of R-rated superhero action.
Sure.
I mean, I think like if DC just really wants to separate themselves from Marvel, I mean they're not gonna win. That's for sure. They're not gonna win. Then they might as well just get gritty and make it R-rated and be like, Marvel's got the fun superhero stuff. We got the gritty superhero
Jesus
stuff.
Christ.
Just go all out with it.
They can't even do that. The Boys already happened. It's been done better. They
Yeah,
can't
that's
win.
true.
Plus, like, I don't know if you guys saw Ben Affleck's Daredevil from 2005, but that's like the grittiest superhero movie I've ever seen in my life.
So gritty. But I mean that's the only thing I can think of is like why not? Why not just get really gritty with it? You know, let Marvel have sort of the comic booky, cartoony part of it, and
Yeah.
just dive deep into
Yeah.
the
And here's-
psyche.
and
Well,
here's the-
considering
No, go ahead.
there's already been movies done with like hyper violence and all this stuff, it just means they're going to show somebody naked. So who are they going to show naked?
I think
Mm,
Batman
that's
has.
a good
I think
point.
Batman has an F bomb too. I hope he has multiple F bombs. I hope Superman has F bombs. Hell, I hope Wonder Woman's dropping the F bomb.
All right, I'm gonna say it right here. I want to see Ben Affleck's dick in this movie.
100%.
You say that
were
every movie,
thinking it,
yeah.
I was saying
Well,
it.
I
Or
mean,
you
Only
said
the
that I was
movies that
thinking it.
he's in.
Well, no, see that's different
That's
for
what I'm
me.
saying.
Even
Yeah,
the
you
movies
said that
he's
about
not
Good Will
in.
Hunting. You said that about Pearl Harbor. So maybe this is the one.
I've been waiting
Even
as long as Lil Yachty's been around.
as, Even the movies he's not in, I sit there in anticipation. Maybe
There's
this
not
is
a lot
it.
of plot in Pearl Harbor. There's plenty of time to show nudity.
That's actually how I do my reviews. Is like, does it have Ben Affleck's dick in it? And if it doesn't, strike. Not one.
That's 1 star down.
Yeah, pretty
no
much.
No movie has ever gotten 5 stars from Pat.
No, no. And you want to know what? Maybe if they tried harder, they would get 5 stars. All right.
Even just a picture. There's your final star.
All right. So moving on, boys. We had some big game movie trailers. I don't know why that was required, but so let's start off strong here. Falcon Winter Soldier. Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it during the actual game, so I had to rewatch it online. But yeah, I saw it.
So I know that we're
That's
all
cool.
we're all watching WandaVision right now. I think everybody's all caught up to this point, right?
Mhm.
So obviously that looks to be much more conventional Marvel film fare than WandaVision is. At least I think so.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that being said, there's a couple things that this trailer confirmed that we knew was going to happen. One, Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, is officially in. He's playing. Yeah, I know. His name is Wyatt Russell. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's playing U.S. agent,
Not
which
funny.
is supposed to be the government's response to Captain America dying. So even though he handed off that shield to Sam at the end of Endgame, Sam hasn't officially accepted being Captain America yet, and the government's
Right.
like, "Hey, that's ours. You just can't have that." So that I imagine they'll be playing with the at least character-wise, they'll be playing with the dynamic between Bucky and Sam, as because those guys aren't like friends. They're like, it's like when you have one mutual friend, you don't ever see the other guy unless you see him. You know what I mean?
And now they're being forced to be friends. 'Cause
Exactly.
now that other friend is 85 years old.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Danny when he and I first started hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I
And
don't
look at
know
us
about
now.
this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now you guys
love it.
hanging out alone every weekend, and it's really
All
weird.
the time. We actually don't like anyone else hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
I was gonna say, quick thoughts on the trailer. It looks really cool. Why is Anthony Mackie taking over the role of Terrence Howard? He's like such a jerk now all of a sudden.
I don't.
Is
What?
he?
Yeah, it looked like in the trailer
He's a little cocky.
Oh well,
he's acting like a big old douche.
I feel like that's his
Walking on
character
water
arc
with the tips
because
over here.
he doesn't want to give Bucky an inch. You know what I mean? He's stuck with Bucky now. You know what I mean? It's not like he's like,
Well-
oh yes, I'm with Bucky forever now. He's stuck with Bucky.
Do we know why they're paired up? Like, why are they a team?
I have no idea.
They're superheroes.
The other thing though, actually, Nick, on that note, is that Agent 13 is going to be in the film. I mean, in the series, which is Peggy Carter's grandniece or whatever, the one that Captain America made out with in Civil War,
Nice.
that they watched from the car. You remember that scene?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a good scene. Sharon Carter.
Sharon
He's hitting it in
Carter.
every generation.
Sharon Carter.
In every generation. So
If you're time traveling, you might as well.
Yeah, like imagine
Go
what
for
that
it.
23andMe timeline looks like, you know?
hey, wait a minute. Why is Steve Rogers coming up every 50 years?
There he is again.
And then it's just he went back in time and he came back.
Oh, this year's he went as Stefan Rogers.
In 86.
The one thing I want to talk about with you guys before we move on to the next trailer is the villain. Did you guys see Zemo?
Yeah.
So now, originally in Captain America Civil War, when they said Zemo was the villain, everybody thought it was going to be that guy, which in the comic book, he goes by Baron Zemo, right? And it's actually relevant because his mask in the comic in 19 whatever gets super glued to his face, like super adhesive Gorilla Glue. And I don't know if you guys saw that video of that girl that used Gorilla Glue to style her hair.
Coincidence?
I think not. I think not.
Gorilla Glue's got some
So-
bad PR going on right now.
So the way they spun it was everyone thought that Zemo was just going to be the Zemo from 1942's grandson in this film. However, what they did was instead of calling him Baron Zemo, they called him Helmut Zemo. So it's like a spin on it, and it's just a different guy altogether. Now he's adopting that persona of the guy from 1942. So that mask is gonna get super glued to his face, and I hope they don't gloss over that. Like they really go
So-
for it.
I had speculated that it was going to be Zemo or some kind of similar type character in WandaVision that's watching all the monitors, because we keep seeing all the imagery of Hydra. Now that things have progressed, I'm not so sure. But like, what do you think about that, Pat?
Do I think it's gonna tie into WandaVision?
Yeah, Zemo at all?
Zemo, I'm not entirely sure. I think more WandaVision's more supernatural than it is Secret Agent, because I think that's the thing I like more about the Captain America movies than I ever did about the Iron Man movies, or let's say or even the Thor movies, is that they're not supernatural or like they're dudes flying around in suits. They're bombs and bullets, and that's my
Right.
favorite type of action film. And from that one scene where it looks like they're on a train or they're like on a bunch of 18-wheelers, it looks like more of that. You know, you see Sharon
Yeah.
Carter, Bucky, and Sam like beating the shit out of a bunch of henchmen, which is what I'm all for. So I'm hoping that it just kind of stays in that lane of it being more like, you know, bombs and bullets as opposed to supernatural. And I hope WandaVision stays more in the supernatural lane. So we get to, but I mean, also at the same time, they'd be stupid not to cross them over at some point, because WandaVision just gets better with every episode at this point, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. No,
We'll talk-
I agree, especially
We'll talk
after
about
the.
that.
Yeah.
We'll have an episode about that eventually.
Yeah. And just before we move on to the next topic, real quick, WandaVision ends, there's a week break, and Falcon Winter Soldier starts.
Well, there is
Cool.
speculation that there's a secret.
There's a secret
10.
episode, yeah. So who knows what that'll be, and maybe it's a crossover. I don't know. It's just it's not on the list right now. And I read the list of everything Marvel's putting out in 2021 just the other night, and it's absolutely insane. So if they could squeeze another episode in there, go for it, because it's good. But right now it's looking like there's just a week break, and then it's back to Fridays on Disney Plus for me. And
One note before, sorry if I interrupted, but I
No,
did
no,
want
go
to have
ahead.
one note before we move on to the next topic. Gone Girl did have a Ben Affleck penis in it,
it
as
did.
over my shoulder,
It
if you can
did?
see it. Yeah, subtle. That's Ben Affleck's dick right there. You can see it.
I
Bro,
don't see anything.
are we putting that on YouTube right now?
Yeah, I was about to say. You're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
putting
It's just the side of it though. You can barely tell.
Oh, I see it now. I thought I was looking at like
You can barely
I thought that
tell.
was his
or something
hand.
like that. Oh,
What
When
are you
you-
doing?
So-
But the good thing is when you go to my close up, it gets cut off by the border. So
okay. So what kind of rating does
Oh,
Gone
that's
Girl
true.
get?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Pat, what's your rating for
that.
Gone
Yeah,
Girl?
what's your rating now?
I actually didn't finish Gone Girl.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
saw that with Neil
It's
Patrick
got it's got at least 1 star though.
Yes, by all accounts, it has at least 1 star now. So I'll finish
There's a
Gone
star
Girl,
right there.
and I'll Can you take that down? Fuck me.
I
And
see nothing wrong with that.
That's
Ben
natural.
Affleck's gonna copyright claim us now, Nick. Don't you get it? It's a war.
That's on God.
All right, so next trailer. Old. I didn't see this coming when I saw the trailer for it during the Super Bowl. I had no idea what it was the entire time we were watching it until finally it said an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I was like, really? No shit. They're doing an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And then it turned out to be this trailer where people are aging rapidly and all types of stuff.
Asian.
So, Nick, you said you had some stuff for us, right? You had some thoughts.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't really have as many thoughts as anybody who talks shit on M. Night Shyamalan can suck my dick.
Wow, that's a bold proclamation.
He'll hold you to it.
Mm-hmm.
He's made some terrible movies, but haven't we all? I mean,
I
He's
haven't
made-
made.
I
made
thought
no
that Signs was damn good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Signs was good. I I'm just glad that he's now able to put his name back on movies again.
Yeah.
Like, what was
That's
the Will
true.
Smith movie
Oh,
that he did?
After-
They weren't
After
allowed to
Earth.
put his name on it.
It was,
Was that
After
After
Earth.
Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we watched-
I'm just glad he can now advertise himself again.
Yeah.
We watched that
He's had
whole
as
movie.
many good movies as Billy Joel had good albums, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Why is he held to a higher standard? I don't get it.
I think it's because he blew everyone away with his first two movies, which was The Sixth Sense
Mhm.
and it was Signs. And now, have you guys seen The Sixth Sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Incredible. Have you seen Signs?
Really, really
Yeah.
good.
Amazing.
Didn't Unbreakable come before Signs?
Oh, maybe it was Unbreakable before Signs. You're right. Yeah,
Maybe.
Unbreakable was good too.
That Unbreakable was really good.
Yeah,
that was great.
Not as great as its sequel Glass. But have you guys I mean, he had what came after Signs? It was The Village. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen The Village?
No, but it was so really popular when
yeah.
it came out.
I really liked The Village as a kid, and then I rewatched it when I got older, and it was less good, but still okay.
Yeah, I kind of think that the thought is stupid. It's like you didn't hear a plane or like a weed whacker or something. Like you guys weren't that far. So I remember, but The Village as a kid was crazy good. Lady in the Water. I remember the boom is in like 90% of the shots in that movie.
The what?
The what? The moon?
The boom.
The boom mic.
The boom mic is in like
Oh,
90%
okay.
of the shots of that movie. Paul Giamatti's in it. It's really weird. And then
Who put him in there?
and then he did The Happening. Have you guys seen The
Mark
Happening?
Wahlberg's best
Wahlberg,
movie,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that where people are just disappearing?
Mhm.
No, they're killing themselves. They're actually
And then they disappear.
so the plot of that movie is like the trees are like, oh, we have to get rid of these people. So they emit some pheromone that makes people commit suicide, right? However, it only happens in the Northeast. It happens nowhere else in the world besides for the Northeast. So Mark Wahlberg has to like escape Boston or whatever, and he's a really bad actor throughout the whole movie.
They just don't like New England accents. That's all it
probably
is.
Probably.
Mhm.
And then after that, it was like
But all right, hold on. But people liked. What was the one that John Krasinski did? A couple of years ago.
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. People
Mhm.
liked A Quiet Place, but they didn't like that. They didn't like The Happening.
have you
It's-
seen A Quiet Place?
I
It's,
hated
like,
A
really
Quiet
good.
Place.
It was
Really?
okay.
Yeah, I
Really?
mean,
Not that I want to derail the conversation, but I was really
I
disappointed.
agree.
by
I
it.
agree with you, Nick. That A Quiet Place is really awesome when you don't think about it, but when you start to think about it, the cracks form very fast.
Same
It's
thing
very
with
simple.
with M. Night. All right. So why is John Krasinski a genius, but M. Night Shyamalan is a pariah in Hollywood?
Oh my god.
Probably because it was his first movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
M. Night Shyamalan wasn't Jim beforehand.
that's true. That's true. And M Night Shyamalan didn't get jacked afterwards too. Jim did. Jim remembers. So, however, this movie old. What is old for plain, I guess. What is even going on? Like they're on some beach, I guess, where like the kids like grow up super fast or something, and like the what's it called? The parents are getting super old. You know what I mean?
The kid gets
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah, someone gets pregnant. And also, like where are they? Did they do like a trip to like Bali or something like that? I
Bali.
really don't know.
Probably Grand Cayman Islands.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
No, go on.
no, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, it's like they're like just getting older, but I wonder like what is like the weird little twist gonna be? Like
Yeah,
they all
there's gonna be
actually
a good
like
twist.
they actually all like pass out for like years at a time, and then just suddenly they wake up and they're older. I don't know.
There's a
See,
magic. There's a magic
It's
troll.
got you asking questions
That's true.
like
That's
a good
true.
trailer should.
Danny, so help me God, if you move your video feed one more time,
I haven't minimized.
this whole podcast is nothing but me changing the video size.
I haven't done anything on my laptop
You
for the
are-
record.
I think M. Night Shyamalan is directing this episode.
What's the twist?
Oh God, I'm seeing it now.
Actually,
And
you know, it
like-
would be a really big twist for M. Night Shyamalan if there wasn't a twist.
Actually,
everyone's expecting it.
Well,
Just the end of Old. Everyone just dies.
that's
and
what I kind of
roll
that's what
credits.
I kind of feel like
Roll credits.
is
Oh
what's
my
that? There's nothing.
He's done it again.
um, The Visit was the movie that put him back on the map. Have you guys, Joe, Danny, have you guys seen The Visit?
didn't we? I think we watched that with Joe, right?
I might have seen parts of it.
Joe, you remember when she was under the porch and she was galloping
And I didn't
and
shut
Pat
up.
lost his shit?
Yo, bro, watch the scene where they play hide and seek under, at least just
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
for that. Oh my god, dude. It's just,
All right.
she is straight up
The
galloping.
Visit.
She is
I
galloping
will
like a
say-
horse.
To anybody, any of the 3 watchers that we have right now, if you haven't seen The Visit and you don't know the twist, watch it. It's a great horror film. It had me on the edge of my seat. Like, no jump scares, just straight up classic horror.
Yeah, and you want to know, the best part about it is that, like, I wasn't expecting a twist. So when
Yeah.
there was one, I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy."
Yeah, and I think he didn't write it. He just directed it, correct?
I don't know. I know that he
I'll
put
pull
his
that.
own money into it though, because no one else would give him money for it.
No,
That was
he
the-
wrote it. I'm just
Oh.
looking it up now. He wrote it. This is a found footage
Yes.
movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
It turns out when you ruin your career enough times, you know, you have to like go back to basics pretty much. And so he was like, "All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna do a found footage film, because that's what all these young directors seem to be having a lot of success in." And it was awesome. I really like it. I really like The Visit.
And it only cost $5 million. And it made 90. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's why people were like, okay, you can make Split, and then Split was really good. And they were like, okay, you can make Glass, and everyone was like, oh, M. Night's back. He's back.
Good for
The
him.
real M. Night.
All right. So main topic for the night, boys. We watched Promising Young Woman. Anyway, so first we're gonna do non-spoilers and spoilers. So I'll just get it started right off the bat. I still thought it was good. However, the trailer sold me a different movie than I watched. I felt
Good.
the same way about this movie that I did when I watched the Octopus movie on Netflix.
The octopus teacher.
my
I
best
think.
friend,
No.
the octopus.
Yes, yeah, that's the one. My best friend, the octopus.
I missed that one.
So that movie, I was told through a series of tweets and a trailer that guy fucks the octopus. And you want to know what he didn't do?
Oh,
He didn't fuck the octopus.
This
My
movie.
octopus teacher.
Yeah, my
gotta let it go,
octopus.
Pat.
Theater, okay. All right. I was like, I gotta watch. And guess what? It was a great documentary. It was extremely heartfelt, and I was crazy emotional at the end of the film. I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. But he didn't fuck the octopus, so needless to say, I felt disappointed in what.
And Ben Affleck's dick wasn't in it.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
true.
terrible.
That's true.
True.
3 stars.
Three
3 stars.
3 stars all around. So, however, I kind of felt the same way about this movie, except there, without the octopus thing, where that the trailer portrayed the main character as doing something way more heinous than what she's actually doing in the movie. I was like, wow, what a I thought it was gonna be that angle was gonna be interesting, and then it turns out that wasn't what she was doing, and even the first time they portray that situation, it looks as if it played out like that. And I was like, damn, this is going to be awesome. And then we get to the McLovin scene, and and the veil is, lifted. So overall,
It's a stern talking to.
it is a very stern talking to. So, I mean, overall for me, I thought it was good, and I thought it brought up a lot of important social issues that are not talked about enough. And even though some of it might have been a little bit on the nose, just a little, you know what I mean? Just not even pushing the envelope or leaving anything up to suggestion. Like, it was really like spelled out for you. But I just felt like I was sold something differently than what I ended up watching. Still good though. I would recommend it.
Okay. I don't agree with that. I mean, it was exactly as I expected. I didn't think it was going to be any kind of like torture porn type thing. And I felt like that just made it more grounded in reality too.
I
Yeah.
actually had like the exact opposite reaction to Pat, whereas I didn't know anything about this going into it, so I had no expectations, and I bought into like the first encounter that she had. I thought it was going to be what they led you to believe it was going to be. I was like pleasantly surprised when it wasn't that. And then I was watching it with Alexis, and she was like, "Oh, this is a little bit on the nose." And my reaction was, I get the point that they're trying to make, and it has to do with the story. Whereas with a lot of like, to go back to a previous episode, Wonder Woman, a lot of this stuff in there was on the nose, where like every single man was a douchebag and like had a comment. I was like, that's a little on the nose, because it wasn't like had nothing to do with the message of the story overall. Where this one, I had no problem with that at all.
I feel like for the topic the point they were trying to get across, I feel like you have to be on the nose.
Yeah.
Because I almost feel like society as a whole tiptoes around all of this, and they try not to say it. Like there was a specific word that I guess we can get into with the spoilers later that was not used once throughout the film because they're just trying to tiptoe around it. Mm-hmm. And the whole point is you can't tiptoe around this systemic societal issue that's happening right now.
All right, I get it. I'm an asshole, okay? All right, I
Can
missed
we get into spoilers?
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get into spoilers because honestly, first of all right, I watched the trailer. I thought she was murdering motherfuckers, and I was like,
That's
hell
what I thought.
yeah,
That is what I
let's
thought.
do this. I thought we were killing people, and then the first encounter happens, and they leave it open to interpretation as if like she had killed that guy. But then
she's eating the bloody hot dog.
Exactly. And then which was like super weird. I was like not down with the cannibalism, but okay, we can kill people. That's awesome. And then when she did the McLovin scene, Army Hammer. And then when she did the McLovin scene, that was totally not like she was just like pretty much teaching him his lesson. But even then, personally, I don't think a guy like that should be given a second chance or a guy to be taught that lesson. He should have been murdered. That's what I took away from it, at least.
That I noticed was when she was doing the little check marks, like in the tallies in her notebook, she was using red and blue pens. And so when she did McLovin and she just, gave him a talking to and then left, she used a blue pen. So it was like, was she actually murdering the red pens as opposed to the blue pens?
That's what I thought too. But no, sadly, that was not the way it played out.
Well, do we know for sure that the red pen wasn't?
I think they would have insinuated that she killed them because she met up with his friend later on in the movie too.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
He would have said something like, "You're the one that killed my buddy."
So
that's a good.
You
that's a good
ate
point.
his dick on a hot dog bun.
So
at 7 a.m.
What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the pacing? Because I thought it kind of like when it got really interesting and good, it was awesome. But I felt like there was some lulls here and there, like peaks and valleys.
Which parts did you feel were lulls?
Yeah.
In between everything that was confrontational, I felt kind of was lulls.
So you didn't like the Bo Burnham parts?
Yeah.
I liked
because those were the lulls.
I liked, here's the thing. I liked the Bo Burnham character, but I knew something was up with him as soon as he walked into frame. I was like, all right,
I didn't want to believe it.
I was like, this dude
That's
is
the thing.
like,
he's such a nice guy.
He's so in on it. You know what I mean? Like he absolutely had something to do with this whole mystery that's unraveling. And actually, now that I say that out loud, I do appreciate the way the story was told, though. They didn't put it all up in your face. They let you pretty much, I guess the best way to put it is they let the dominoes fall and you just watch them as they did. And it was very well told, at least from that perspective. And the ending, before we even, I'm not even going to comment on it yet because I want us to get everything out before that. I did not see that shit coming at all. That was some fucking, that is
honestly,
some Tony Stark
I would say
shit.
Maybe we don't even touch the ending. Anybody who's watching this and hasn't seen it, go watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't mind the pacing because I felt like the whole time it was a balancing act. Kind of like what Dan was saying, it was such a serious topic. But I think I read that strategically they decided to use comedians or guys or certain actors that you'd recognize from other movies. So when you see them in this, it's kind of just like, oh, it's
True,
it's that guy. Like it kind of like takes the edge off
It's McLovin.
little bit.
Well,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
only that, but also it kind of like it's disarming in one way, but also it's like, hey, these guys, these funny, nice guys that you might like, could do
You
these
know what?
shitty things.
You know what, Nick?
Yeah,
To
and
add,
then even in tragic moments throughout, the entire movie, there's also some kind of comedic side to it too.
Yeah, you
So
know-
it was really interesting.
even to add to that, Nick, I think disarming is a better word than humanizing in this
Yeah.
perspective, because the best villains in cinema, the best antagonists are the ones you can empathize with, the ones that you can see their perspective. Whereas in this movie, you don't want that at all. I don't want to know that those types of people's perspective, like, at all. They should be murdered and buried underneath the prison, as far as I'm concerned. But disarming for sure, because you would go, Bo Burnham, that could have been anyone's pediatrician. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he did this. He participated in this heinous act. That
Well, not only that, it's like he just to our generation. Like, we grew up with him on YouTube. Not only
Yeah.
the fact that he's like friendly pediatrician, we've seen this guy growing up from the time he was 16, 17 making YouTube videos.
That's true, yeah. And it's when they said that issue about when they were in the dean's office and they were like, we get 1 or 2 accusations like this a week. I was like, I don't know if that's based off of any real statistic, but if that's true, that is fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Like that, I was so repulsed. And I know they say that, or at least it's what you don't show on camera, which is much scarier because then your imagination runs wild. This was one of those times where I wish they didn't follow that rule, because my mind went places I would have never wished it had gone to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even like a blurry, like it's out of focus while someone's watching the video would at least put some picture in my head. But no, they put that on the viewer in this case. You have to imagine what's going on through that audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not that anyone should enjoy that, but I'm just saying, like, that's the style that they chose, and it was very effective.
I was gonna say there's even the scene with the former academic advisor. I forgot that actor's name too. But yeah, they mentioned like briefly that as long as they were willing to cover up former cases, all the advisors ended up getting bonuses and stuff. Now, and I'm just thinking, like, is that something that they just threw in to kind of like build this character's backstory, or is that grounded in some reality as well?
Oh, the lawyer.
It was
Is it
like
the
the
lawyer?
dean. It was Connie Britton playing a dean.
No,
Yeah.
that was
No,
the
no.
scene that Pat was talking about.
When she went to the guy's house.
Alfred Molina.
Dr.
Oh,
Octopus.
yeah,
Alfred Molina.
Molina. He
There you
was
go.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
He didn't look
What was
like
he?
normal Alfred Molina. He was the lawyer.
he was a lawyer. Okay.
He was a
And-
lawyer. Yeah.
And the point that he makes about social media being able to like pretty much derail any sort of case you have, or even in this sense, like they said, it's so easy to dig dirt up on people. Like, one picture with alcohol in it is like enough to throw out all of like the goodwill. It's just like, yeah, but also like, wouldn't those dudes be online with pictures with alcohol in them? You know what I mean? Like, and even to that end, we were just talking about this recently about how like the people who made those rules are the same people who like blatantly share like racist conspiracy theories on Facebook now. So like what are the parameters? You know what I mean? What does it take to get justice? And that is basically what this film explores. What does it take to get justice? Because our justice system is broken. That being said, not that we have to touch on any specifics, do you think the ending was part of her plan?
I think she prepared for it. I don't think she
Yeah.
counted on it, but she prepared for it. Because I think even in the, I guess not to go into spoilers, but like even in like the message, there's something that talks about like in the event.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, no, I was, yeah, no, I was, very caught off guard by the ending for sure. And even like I mean, like the two fucking characters, like I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you have an out here. You know what I mean? Just say she's a crazy hooker or something. You know what I mean? Or she's a crazy. I mean, she had all that prepared though. You know what I mean? Her backstory and
Yeah.
everything. But even then, it was just like, why I think it shows that they thought, since they've gotten away with horrible things before with no consequences, that it was going to happen again. And she prepared, she made sure that that wasn't going to happen this time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They were so used to the system working in their favor that they just thought it was an accident. It was like he was trying to get that across to him. Like, all you got to do is think it, and the system will work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's so much deeper meaning to all this dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good revenge story that didn't involve killing somebody named Bill, or wasn't surrounded in some kind of like high school, backdrop or anything.
But one thing that it didn't have going for it is Ben Affleck's dick.
Yeah.
4 stars.
Yeah. And so
Four
for
It
that,
did have Paris Hilton's "Stars Are Blind" though,
that's true.
and
Yeah.
that song's
true.
been stuck in my head ever since.
That's worth half a star, I think.
Didn't it have like some weird orchestration of "Toxic" by Britney
Yeah,
Spears
yeah.
too?
Yes.
Which
Yeah, which was beautiful.
yeah, it was very appropriate. But before we move on to clip of the week, overall though, like I said, I was disappointed in just that aspect because I thought that's what the trailer sold me on. That's what I thought I was going for. But overall, I mean, like, I think this is a super important movie that not only should women watch, but men should watch too, and they should take some fucking notes during, at least from my perspective. Not to sound like but like, you get what I'm saying.
Such a nice guy.
And also outside of the message of the film, I really think that we should highlight how amazing Carey Mulligan was in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know too many other Carey Mulligan movies. Like, I know Great Gatsby and Drive, but I mean, this was by far the best thing
Actually,
she's done that I've ever seen.
On that topic, how old do you guys think she is?
Well, I just
don't
pulled
know.
up her IMDb,
Don't
so
say
I'm
it
not
out
going to
loud.
answer.
Don't say it out loud. Okay. I thought she was in her 40s.
She like 28?
No, she's 30, but she does not look like she's 30.
But she's 35.
Oh, you're right. She's 30 in the movie. She's 35 in real life. But even then, bro, I feel like she looked a lot older. But that's just me. Maybe I sound like an asshole. I don't know.
I just don't know
also-
when she finds time to sleep.
That's true. I'm wondering if it might just be like part of the makeup. Like she definitely looked tired, just because, like Joe said, like she's out all the time, doing these things, living a double life.
All right.
But she did an amazing job. Age aside, she did an amazing job.
Yeah, she was good. I remember there was that whole like Variety article where they like questioned why they didn't put a prettier girl in the movie or whatever, and like, and yeah, that was
looked
like
good.
that was a real fucking critique. That was a
Fine.
real fucking critique from Variety, and I don't know if that critic got fired or anything, but I just remember like someone being like, they missed the point of the whole fucking
Yeah.
movie. Like, you missed
That's
the
true,
whole
actually, yeah.
point because all you did was think about how good she looked or didn't look. I just say I thought she looked kind of old for the part. That's all I'm saying. But, her looks aside, I thought she did a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not even that.
And it's not, and the case is, it's not about looks. It's about, opportunity.
Being
where
a
people see
person.
just a drunk girl at a bar and they just think, yep, that's it.
Is that what they're like? They're like, yep, that's it.
That's their whole thought process.
All
And
right.
that's my reaction to Ben Affleck's dick in most movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
This looks good.
There it is.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
All right, gents, it's time for clip of the week. Joe, once again, I have not seen this yet. You sent it to me as per usual, under the guise of a surname. The
I
fuck?
love how you're just stating facts right now. Yeah.
I have, because I'm trying to work the stream deck to like and fill the air. So, all right, we're here. All right.
This is a wave file. Under a minute.
And if we're not getting yanked down for Ben Affleck's dick, let's pray that we're not.
It's gonna be
get
this.
it out of frame, dude. I can see it. And let's hope we don't get yanked down for this.
We work hard, hard. 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 We work hard, hard.
God.
We know we have a little something.
This is so not cool.
Remember when we couldn't buy one thing and me rock people to stop belly grumping. Like them prefer me strap with a long thing hunting through every valley and mountain. Before you watch all this steak on the plate, remember me couldn't buy a chicken and dumpling, chicken and dumpling, chicken and
Joe.
What?
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 That was the worst Uber driver ever.
There you
Did
go.
we just witness a domestic dispute?
I don't know if you
That
guys.
was
I don't know if you guys.
that was
know.
a ride to McDonald's turned into I guess a hostage. I don't know.
I don't know if you guys know this, but he goes hard.
He goes hard.
It
Oh,
was hard.
so, context though here, boys. What the fuck? Like, okay, like I get like taking your shirt off and acting like an animal, but right here is where things go awry. Where
That's when it takes a turn.
he throws the cup and that's what he's like, yeah, and like,
On that wheel too, while doing all this.
he rips her shirt.
That's a great shirt.
First of all, I don't approve of any of this behavior. But
Yeah, let's
go
flag
on
this.
record.
let's go on record
and say we
saying
don't
I don't
condone
approve
this.
of doing this at all. Especially to a female when you're a big burly man. However, the music and the lack of context here does make this hilarious. He rips off her wig. See, now this
So
is
if anybody's really concerned, there's speculation that this was set up ahead of time.
well, that's what I'm getting to. Is that
Okay.
this is an interesting play here. Why go out the sunroof?
Yeah. Why not
You
just
know what I
let
mean?
him throw the wig?
And even then, if you really felt like you were in danger, why not just, once you're out, be out? You know what I mean? Why stay on the roof of the car and then reach back in? Why
I
stay,
have an easier solution. Is just turn the volume down on the stereo.
like why
Yeah.
stay for the
Change the
area?
song.
Why stay for the aerial assault? You know what I mean? Like I don't understand.
Can we go back though to him taking his shirt off? Because he got that thing off quickly. Like that
That's
was
true.
impressive with one
And again,
hand.
while driving a car.
While
naked.
Okay, all
driving.
right. So here. He takes off the seatbelt.
Oh, but he
first.
still has he still has the belt portion on. He just
Right.
took so he's still safe.
I like how he threw the shirt at her and she's like, watch the road, watch the road, watch the road. And then here it comes. He's like, shut the fuck up. Like right there. Look,
Look at that. Oh,
That's not staged. That face is
that's
legit.
genuine reaction.
that's real.
But this right here, this is what I
And he had the nerve to tell her to stop.
Hey, stop it. Stop.
Stop
I'm
it.
driving.
You'll be-
Joke.
You're acting
Jesus.
irrational.
Yeah. Calm yourself and get in the car.
Definitely a strange one for sure. Jesus Christ. Where do you find these? Like, where do you find these clips?
It's
Just
best
come
not
to
to
me.
know.
I'm gonna get Nick to choose a clip of the week again too.
I have two lined up.
Okay. I like how you can totally change the tone.
I have two lined up, and they're both exactly what you might expect from me.
I'm looking for. Am I gonna get?
Nobody will be laughing.
Am I gonna get claimed for that song? I mean, I don't think this episode's staying up on YouTube. Let's be clear about that. But, but we might get claimed for that song, if not claimed for Ben Affleck's dick.
Dude, it was like a side boob of dick. It wasn't anything.
Tasteful side dick.
Barely there.
It was.
Everyone loves a bit of tasteful side dick, right? You know what? You guys, they say dick root is like the equivalent of side boob. Let's the four of us. Let's try and bring side dick to the mainstream.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody get really tight pants. That's all I'm
All
saying.
right, next episode is the side dick episode.
Was this episode not the side dick episode?
No. I mean, of us. Our cameras are going to be just like facing lower, a little bit lower.
Oh, getting close to the danger
Ooh.
zone.
Ooh. I see print.
All right. Well, with that being said, thanks everyone for tuning in. The audio version of this show is available on every major podcast app. Probably tomorrow because I'm a little tired. I've been working all day. So once again, we thank you very much, and we'll see you next week or Sunday. Right? We're doing Sunday again.
I think. Is there another Superb
Monday's
Owl?
cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's another Superb Owl, so I think we'll be good.
Perf.
The guy got out of the plow.
Oh, you
good.
helped him out?
Thank God.
I
Thank
just wanted
God,
to check
man.
on him.
That would have been
You actually
bad.
Tony Plow?
All right. Good night.